Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shawcraft One and my old barn door, and today we're going to use our remnants from our collage board to make some fun little journal embellishments and things like that. So I know I told y'all save your little pieces because we can make things with them. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have a few of the remnants left over. These are some that I had made copies of on the photo paper. So we can use those. And these are some from the actual collage board. So we're going to use those too and make some fun goodies. So the first thing I want to show you is just some really quick and easy altered paper clips. And where are my paper clips? Okay, we'll just use these. So we'll do some big ones and some little ones and just see how it goes. So let me just grab a couple out. I love the different sizes of the paper clips. Let's see. Well, let's just do 3 different sizes. How about that? Okay, so these are quick and easy, fun little embellishments that you can add to a page. So let's just take this for example, and we're just going to trim it up. And it doesn't really matter, you know, where you trim it. So I'm just going to pick a spot and just cut a piece off. So I'm going to cut a couple of these, because I like this little tag piece here. Alright, so we can use that. And then I have this bag of scraps that is basically all of it is cardboard, or not cardboard, cardstock. Holy crow, I couldn't think of the word. So I'm just going to take a little piece, and it doesn't have to be cut straight or anything unless you want it to be. It can be pretty if you want it to be. So we're just going to take one of these, and I'm going to measure it here. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'm going to scoot it in a little, and we're just going to cut that little piece off. Okay, and it's basic. This is basically just for the backing. Okay, so then I'm going to take my paper clip. I like the smaller piece on the inside. Some people like the larger piece on the inside. You can turn it either way. So before we start putting this together, I want to ink it real quick. And let's just ink it with some brown. You can use black, because sometimes on these it's a little harder to see the brown, but I don't have any in here, so we will just use brown. Okay, so we've got the edge inked, and then I like to use 2 different types of glue on these. I use my glue gun for the paper clip part, and I use my regular glue or my Aleene's glue. Let me make sure it's going to come out for the edges. When you use hot glue, it doesn't, you have to use it pretty quick when you're going from paper to paper, because hot glue dries pretty fast on paper. So that's why I like to use the Aleene's on the rest of it, because it gives you a little bit of time to be able to slide it around and move it around to give yourself a little leeway. Now, you can decorate this with laces if you want to. I think I do want to put a piece of lace at the top, so let me grab a piece. Hang on. Okay, so I have this sweet little heart lace trim here, and I think it would be pretty to put a piece at the top and maybe at the bottom. So let's do that. So we'll put a piece there, and then a little piece here. And that will just kind of frilly it up just a little bit. So let me grab my Fabri-Tac. Now, generally you want to do this before you put your glue on your back piece, but I didn't, so it's okay. We'll just go fast if we can get our Fabri-Tac to work. Okay, so we're going to put some Fabri-Tac down. And put our little lace here. And then we'll put some on the bottom. Oops. I almost messed up, didn't I? And then I kind of want to let this hang off the bottom a little. Like that. There we go. Now, that's a cute little paper clip. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm going to just put some glue over that paper clip and kind of around that paper clip. And I kind of like to put a lot so it gives me time to smush it. And then I'm just going to take my top piece and line it up, lay it on there, and then I'm just going to smush him in. Here we go. So we have a cute little paper clip, quick and easy. So let's do a big one. So we're going to need a little bit bigger of a piece of our cardstock for the bigger one. Let's use this piece. And I think what I want to do, I always get confused with these scissors to know which side's the correct side to cut with. So I'm just going to trim around, all the way around the edges on this. And these scissors are not the best scissors in the world. I've had them for years and years and years. But they still do the trick. So, and it doesn't have to be, you know, super straight or super perfect. Just enough to give it a little decorative edge. And you want to get it, you know, kind of straight, but I'm not going to panic if it's not super straight. Okay, now it's not super straight, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so now I want to ink it, and I think I do want to grab my black ink. Hang on a second. Okay, it might be a little dried out, but we're going to try it. Okay, so we're just going to ink around the edges. Okay, and then we're going to cut us a piece of this off. That did not cut very well, did it? Okay, well, my camera cut off, so alright, we're going to just do a straight edge on this because that just didn't look as good. And even though it's on the back of the paper clip and you're really not going to see it, I still like it to look halfway decent. Okay, I think I've got black ink on my fingers because I keep smearing it. Hang on, let me get a wipe and wipe it off. Okay. So now we've got our piece, and you can put some decorative pieces on here if you want to, or you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm going to go ahead and add my paper clip, and then I'll just decide if I want to put something on the, you know, something decorative on there. So let's just go ahead and add our glue. Okay. And then we'll do our hot glue around the paper clip. That just gives it a little bit of a tighter grip, I feel like. And I could be completely wrong, but it makes me feel better. So I do it. Okay. And then we'll just take our piece of paper clip here. Or our piece of collage board. It's not our paper clip, it's our collage board. And then we're just going to smush him in so that it gets a good hold. I have black ink going everywhere. It's because I didn't give it time to dry. Get all the extra glue off. Okay, so now we've got a good hold on that one. And you can actually, I think I'm just going to leave this like it is and just kind of show you what it would look like on a page so that, you know, you can decide if you want to add stuff to it or if you want to just leave it like it is. So let me grab my journal. And let's just go find a page. Let's find a page where I have a paper clip already, or try to find a page. Okay, so here's a paper clip, but I think that's just there to add the ribbon. So let's keep going and see what this one is. Okay, that's for, it's holding something, but we'll leave that one. Let me see, because I just kind of had a small paper clip in that spot. Okay, so here's a paper clip, but I don't want to cover up that envelope, so we'll keep going. Eventually, I'm going to find a paper clip. Or not. Okay, here's one, but yeah, I don't want to cover that up either. I already have a lot of this stuff decorated in here, and I don't want to change some of it, so... You know what though? Let's just find a page and put a paper clip on as a decoration. Let's do that. So here, this is a good thick paper. This is actually the original front and end papers from the book. And so if you just tuck that over the page, it just adds a little extra pretty little, you can't even see, sorry. It just adds a little extra pretty little decoration there in the journal. So that is one thing that you can do with the smaller pieces of your, let me move this big boy out of the way, of your remnants of your collage board. Okay, so we got paper clips. Let's make a little booklet out of this one, okay? So I think what I want to do, let me grab my trimmer over here. Where are we on our time? I think we're okay. All right, so I'm just going to trim this out. Just cut a piece out and then straighten all the edges real quick. Excuse me. I need a new trimmer board. Mine is just, I have wore it slap out and the little plastic coating has come off and all that good stuff. And I don't know, I've never been able to get this one to cut exactly straight like I like it. So, but that's okay. All right. So we have this piece here now. And so I'm just going to fold it in half. Now, when you go to fold these, you kind of got to work with them because you've got all of this stuff on the top of it. So it's kind of like you have to break it in. So I'm just going to work it a little bit and just get it to a point to where I can actually fold it, okay? And so now I can just kind of line it up and crease it. And let me grab my bone folder over here. And that way we'll get a good crease on it. Okay, and you can ink the edges of this if you want to. We'll just throw some ink on there, just for goodness sake, I guess. And as you can see, I don't have my fold completely straight, so I'm just going to trim around it. And trim off the excess where it's not completely lining up. There we go. Excuse me. And what a cute little booklet cover that makes, right? So now we just need some, where is my ruler? We just need some papers to go in it. Hang on, let me find my ruler. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take my ruler and line my booklet up. That's not very straight. But I don't really care if these are straight, honestly. I'm fine with them if they're crooked or whatever, because to me that adds to it. So you can take a little piece of this and you can make a little pocket in here if you want to. Let's do that. Let's make a pocket in the back. And these are just fun little booklets to make and use up your scrap pieces that you have. I have a little stack of scrap pieces over here, right here, that I thought we could use for the pages. But let's go ahead and glue our little pocket in. And I'm just going to glue on the 3 sides. And we'll go ahead and stick him down. And then you have a little pocket there you can tuck a goodie into if you want to. Okay, so I want to use this piece. So we're just, you know what, I'm not going to cut, I just want to tear. Okay, I'm going to make a little stack of what papers I want to use for my little booklet. This is from that photo sleeve that I used when I made the shaker cards. So we'll use a piece of it since it's left over. And that way we don't have as much scraps to deal with. Okay, and then I just need to make it a little smaller over here so that it fits better. And then we have this piece, which I love, love, love these pieces. And we'll make it a little shorter. I just like to have like a different variety of papers in the little booklets when you make them. Just adds interest to me. Okay, so we've got about 4 or 5 sheets, and that's all you need for these little booklets. You don't want to make them too thick, because then, you know, you bulk up your journal, and it makes it have alligator mouth, and my journals already have enough alligator mouth. So I have to be careful and try and be mindful of that when I'm making little ephemera and pieces like this. Alright, so we've got our pages. So now let's just stack them up however we want them. Okay, and then I'm just going to take them in the little stack and fold them in half. And I don't really worry too much as far as if it's, you know, straight or lined up, because I don't really like my pages lined up. You know, I don't like them lined up perfectly, so I like them to be a little different throughout the little booklet. So now we're just going to tuck them in there and make sure we're good, and we are. So now at this point you can either sew this, or you can do a pamphlet stitch, or you can do your stapler. I'm going to try and see if my stapler is long enough. I don't know that it is. It might be long enough, so let's just try it. And if you use your stapler, you want to staple from the outside, because then you can get it in the crease better. So let me just try that. And I'm just going to, since this is small, I'm just going to use 2 staples. So now you have a cute little booklet that you can use in your journal. And it even has a little pocket back here in the back. And you can make a pocket in here too if you want to. Let's do that real quick because I have some leftover pieces, some smaller leftover pieces from the one that we printed. So let's see, this one kind of goes sideways. Let's do it this way. How about that? Let's just cut right through here. And of course I didn't cut it straight because I never do. Okay. And so now we can just make a little pocket that you can tuck something in on the bottom there as well. Now you can make these little booklets any size you want them to be, whatever size you need them to be. This one I just wanted to use the remnants that I had left over of the collage board. So I always get too much glue and then I have to leave it open and let it dry. Okay, so there we have our cute little booklet, and you've got all kinds of different papers in there that kind of adds interest. And you can tuck this into a tuck or a pocket in your journal. So that's another idea. So we have paper clips and we have little booklets. And you can also do like a little tearaway journal. So you would just take like this leftover strip here. And again, you want to kind of work it a little so it's a little more pliable and movable. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to fold a piece of this down. Okay, so you have this piece in the back and this piece in the front. And then these strips that we pulled off here, let's just make us a little booklet out of them. And I even don't mind this little strip with the holes in it, because why not use it? So here's a little strip. We need to tear it down a little. So let's tear this one down a little. And then this one we'll tear down a little. Let's try to tear it straight. And then you can use this for like little pieces that you want to tear out of the booklet to, you know, if you need to snatch a piece of paper out and write on it or whatever. And I think I'll leave, well, that's upside down. But I think I'll leave that piece hanging out from the bottom just because it's cute like that and it adds some added interest. So then all I'm going to do is go back here. I'm going to staple these together. Where'd my stapler go? I'm going to staple those together, and then we're going to glue them down right here. Let's just take some glue. This is Aleene's. And glue that in. Okay, and then let's put something across here just to cover that. You know what? Let's just put a strip of this paper. Because why not use our scraps? Okay, and it just covers up the staple and makes it pretty. There we go, just like that. And actually, we didn't even need to do that because we have this piece here. I'm such a dork, but that's okay. All right, so I'm just going to put a little glue on that and glue it down like that. And that's going to hold your little booklet together. And so now you have a little book. Oh, I did that backwards. Do y'all see what I did? I did that backwards, but it's okay because it still looks cute like that. And so now you have like a little, let's go ahead and tear some of this off because it's too much now. Since we don't have the pretty piece hanging out. Okay, so now you can just tuck this little booklet into like a little tuck or a, you know, a top tuck or whatever. And if you need to just rip out a piece of paper to write on or jot a note down, you have that available too. So there's all kinds of things you can do with your little pieces that are left over from your collage board. Like this one could make another little booklet if you wanted to, or it could make another paper clip if you wanted it to. And then real quick, I'm going to show you one other thing that you can do with your little remnants. I'm going to cut this piece off because this piece I'll probably use as a larger paper clip again. So I'm just going to trim this up and just kind of make it straight. Okay, and trim those weaker edges off. That's not going to be perfectly straight, and I'm not going to really fuss big about it. But you can take your extra little remnant pieces, and again, you want to make them pliable so that you can work with them a little easier. And then why couldn't you use this as a page tab in your journal? So let me just find a page that needs a tab. Let's see. Maybe this page could use a tab. Yep, we'll put a tab there. So you just basically fold it in half. And you can either glue it on or staple it on. And you've got a cute little page tab there. I'm going to staple it. And I usually staple it in a couple of places. And you can decorate it or you can leave it plain. Like you could put like a little piece of lace on it. Let's do that. Let's put this little piece of lace and maybe a button. Let's do a piece of lace and a button. Okay, so I'm just going to take my Fabri-Tac, put a little bit here at the bottom. And these are good sturdy tabs too, so you can actually punch a hole in it and put an eyelet in there and put you a dangle on there. Let's do that too. Let's find us a cute button first. So let's do, he looks regal, so we'll do this little penny or coin type of button. Let me find a shank remover. And we'll take the shank off. And then I'm just going to put a little hot glue on the back of it. Just like that. And then we'll just add him right there. Let's turn him this way. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So now you've got your tab decorated. So let's try and put an eyelet in here. Let me see if I've got one that'll fit. And it don't have to be a big, huge eyelet. It can be a smaller type of eyelet. Okay, here's a purple one. So let's just get out our little crocodile. Now I'm going to have to turn this sideways a little so I can reach it because I'm left-handed. Let me move my paper clips and my little booklet out of the way. And these are the copy pieces. You can fold these and make them page tabs, or you can even fold them in half and make them like a page decoration over, you know, like a long piece over the page. All different kinds of things you can do with them. So let me just scoop these out of the way real quick so I can turn my journal around so that my left hand can get to the tab. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this or not, but we're going to try. So I'm going to go back here to the 3/16 hole. See if we can, actually, I want the smaller hole. Nope, I think I need the bigger hole. I'll get it together in a minute. Okay, and so we're just going to pop that through. I know y'all can't see this real good, but so I punched the hole in there, and now we're going to put our eyelet through the hole. It would have been easier to do this if I would have done this before I attached it to the page, but hindsight is 20/20. So for your reference, if you want to punch a hole in your page tab and have, you know, room for a little dangle, do it before you attach your page tab to the page. Okay, so now we're just going to press our eyelet in to the page. There we go. Let me get all of the little pieces out that come out when you punch the hole. And then you have your eyelet set in your page tab. Okay, so then you can put a dangle through there, or, you know, whatever you want to put through there. So there you have it. Those are a few of the ideas that you can do with your collage boards and your little remnant pieces from your collage board. So it's a cute little page tab. And yeah, so now you can just take a ball pen or a safety pin or whatever you want to use and put your little charm on there or whatever, and it'll go right through the little eyelet hole. So yeah, that's some more ideas of things that you can do with your collage board and the remnants from your collage boards. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for me if you will. And I'll see you in the next video. We're going to make some more stuff with our collage boards. We're just having fun with it. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Big hugs.